I think Cuba, I don't know, is in its own way, if tourism and everything else, it's a beautiful island, great weather. They're not in a hurricane zone, which is nice for a change, They won't be asking us for money for hurricanes every week. But I think Cuba's the end. All my life I've been hearing about the United States and Cuba. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very weakened nation right now. They were for a long time. Very violent leaders. Castro was a very violent leader. His brother's a very violent leader. Extremely violent. That's how they governed. They governed with violence. But a lot of people would like to go back. Okay, one more question.
Like they want to colonize the whole world. Yes, America look like they want to colonize everywhere. Because say, he might head for Cuba next. Yeah, him say might head for Cuba next. After them wrap up, if them ever wrap up with the Iranian them. And say Cuba just over there, so them drop a bomb in Cuba, we can't see over here, so I smell it. What a judgment. The man say I come to Cuba. Cuba, they say the government bend. Our government bend, because the man say the Cuban government, the Cuban doctor have to left. And him cite something where, I don't know where them have to do it, When the doctor them come, them take with them passport and keep it. I think one of the reasons for that is that them don't abscond and end up in another country illegally. And them not been about a runway. Just like our whole heap of Cuban, did a run left Cuba and them end up at Florida.
Do a chumpa move right now. We don't know what we even think right now, my people, because it's a serious brother. It's a really serious brother. But a lot will be discussed by Mutabaruka pertaining to that and how it's going to affect us in Jamaica, my people. It's getting serious. So definitely stay tuned, my people, for that. And definitely drop a like and subscribe. Share to a friend or a family so they can be a part of the move. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. And remember, watch the video all the way to the end. Stay safe, stay blessed.
Yeah, with you. So, I said there's so much things I go on around, that as I one who just upon the radio to deal with certain things. You don't even know which part to start. You don't know which part to start, but we're going to start right just so now. Everybody hear about the war we are going here right now. And it kind of look funny because it's like it engulfs the whole other part of the world, the Middle East and parts of Africa and in Asia there, because the Israeli them make Trump get involved in a them war, and now America and Israel I wonder where going, because it's like them never ever know say them man have so much things can they go upon them. It a freak them out because them supposed to the things them have supposed to be depleted already, and them right side it not depleted, and the man them are dry it out. When you look for Israel, Tel Aviv, it look like the Gaza Strip. Believe you me, when you look on the picture of them, sometimes you say, wait, a Gaza this, and then you see it mark Tel Aviv, and then you hear the man attack, and I say, Tel Aviv, it last night, this, that. What a judgment. And the Iranian them now, it look like them did a store up them things for a time like this. Because the man them a Lego some things where I travel faster than sound, almost like light. They think the drone them and they bomb them. Hey man evil, Rasta. Man evil. for man actually sit down, scientifically create these weapons of mass destruction. Not only for lick down building, but to kill people. Because when it let go, them have one day, it go up in the air as one something, you know. And when the other enemy them, when the enemy attack it, it just bursts out in a many different parts. So them have them dome is supposed to stop these things from drop a ground. It's supposed to explode. Them supposed to let go something to explode the other one in the air. When you check it, the thing them explode and you have all 20, 30 different ones we are going to ask out of way. So the radar with them send, forget rid of one. The others escape. Them have something named the dome. We're supposed to protect Israel. But it get breached because when them fire them thing, when the Iranian them fire them something, and they think of one something get fired. When it reach a certain distance, it busts out in all 20 different things and come down in the town them. Why if you see the people them asleep on the street, afraid for going in a building, lest it could all drop down upon them. People are laid down on the street, wrap up on the street, around them is pure death and destruction. Man and them evil heart, man. Evil. So we're going to play this.
The Middle East just exploded. This isn't shadow warfare anymore. U.S. and Israel struck Iran. Then Iran struck back. U.S. bases in Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait are under fire. Panic in Bahrain. Neighborhoods evacuating next to U.S. Navy HQ. The Red Cross is screaming. A girls' school in Iran hit. 40 dead. A dangerous chain reaction. And world leaders? Totally divided. Russia just mocked us diplomacy, reminding America it's only 249 years old against a 2,500-year empire. Norway condemned us and Israel for preventive strikes violating international law. Pakistan and Oman are yelling, "Not your war, Washington." The EU is evacuating citizens. Philippines is in full-blown panic over 2 million trapped workers. Iraqi paramilitaries are threatening hell on American bases. The world is on edge.
May I tell you, I know the aisle we're supposed to reach the people them. It Ghana 115, 118. Hey, 115 it gone, the aisle. So you know, say when it reaches so the amount of money, I want to tell the people them say, we have to start figure out who not trip them on and make, you know. That's waste gas. Because when it starts really it don't get so. You can't depend on excursion. Say you just a drive go down there if you come back. Or you go down the town and go look upon a dress. You know go buy the dress, you know, you just go down and go look. If you come back with the expensive gas. The gas will cost more than the clothes. We have to now figure it out. You have to plan your trip. All them whole heap of morning traffic. Where people have to buy gas to go into the morning traffic. It now go lovely. And you think them stop blow up people. Them a blow up and a blow up. The thing is that these people in them part of the world don't think like we in the West. And I don't think the American them understand it. Them is a different mindset. Them tire and bump on themselves and go blow up a boat or a plane. So the man with them say, you see the command, the head, them spiritual head were dead. We get the first day America strike Iran. Them strike him and kill him. Now the problem with that, you know, is that I can't where them a say in the Iranian and in the people who understand how the mindset there. The man at 86 years old, 86, and him have cancer, prostate cancer. They must say, watch out, him and him family go somewhere, and him well and know say they must strike there. But him give him life. Him become a martyr. I can't tell him call martyr. Him is now almost like a national hero now because him give him life for a cause. Him call it martyrdom. So it's not that him did a hide and a dodge. Because him knows him successor is already chosen. So when America say them blow up that man, it's not only him them blow up, Some of them pick them and some of them family they dead there when them drop the bomb and kill him. But them they dead there and don't move. Now most people at the West are not going to do that. Because them in a for them mind, when them die for your cause, it's a noble thing. It's a noble thing them do when them die for your cause. Them no care. That's why them tie and bump on themselves. A whole heap of them and blow up themselves and blow up everybody around them. So the man dead. And obviously America did feel say, well, him dead. The first lick the war now go on. The next day, the man's son take over. The man's son take over. And him a run the thing, And believe you me, the amount of destruction. And the way this thing, him not only attack Israel, him attack anywhere in other part of the world there, where America have something, them a go after it. So them blow up all some of the army, which part America have certain army headquarters and embassy, them blow it up. And call the country where the thing there and say, look here, we don't have nothing against Sunni, America, we have something against, and put America things in our country, and them we attack. It's not like them a fight the other Arab them, because they make it plain. So it's not who know we are lick, we are lick the American base them we want to have in our country. And trust me, them did lick them. And the biggest thing out of that now is that America gonna make I don't know, it's a mistake. America gonna make a mistake and lick a school and kill 100 odd children. And Trump did there say, the tomahawk what them use, them buy it from America. I know I use it against them own people. When them do whole investigation, everybody are investigated. It's like a freak thing. Them a try bomb somewhere, and the somewhere where them bomb, they near the school, and some of the thing them where them bomb, where them use for bomb up the place, bomb up the school and kill 100 and add picnic, especially little girls, and that turn away America, whole heap American, get turned away from it now. Even if them did not defend the war, when them hear say America, them own country, kill 100 and add picnic, it come like when Israel did a ban Gaza the other day, still a bomb it, and I kill picnic, and I kill everybody. Now, the Iranians, them a Lego missile over in Tel Aviv there. Me I tell you, so I'm going to see what happen. We're going to see what happen because it's not a lovely thing to see. And for hear, we are going in them place there. And the thing it going to affect we. Yeah, it's not like Iraq. Sorry. It's not like Russia and Ukraine. When it come to oil and all these things, it's a different thing because the whole world need oil for run them place. And the Iranian them black. the port where the oil supposed to have passed through between Asia and Africa there, them block it. And say anybody will pass there, them pass at them own risk. So right now, we don't know what will happen. All we know say, we are going to feel it. Not only with the oil, but every other thing will come into the oil, the country. You have a different price on it. So that's why I say, we have to prepare for count to penny them. Count them because a serious times ahead. You man all about say at the apocalypse. People love say them something like follow the Bible now and say this is the return of Jesus ready. A man say him find a geologist, archaeologist him find some blood round in the area where them say Jesus supposed to be there. And the blood was alive. I mean, I talk about no show business, we are talking about real thing. The archaeologists say the blood was alive. And when them say, so what that mean? It means say Jesus' blood is alive because which part him find him say, and that's what Jesus did there. And that's what Jesus did there, and him find this thing. He must say the blood of Jesus and it's alive. So you know, so that's supposed to take life now. You know, the believers of Jesus say the blood of Jesus. Like how black people have ball out for the blood of Jesus. Serious thing. Serious thing. So hear what them I say. We played last week. We're going to play it again. Hear what them I say about Donald Trump as it relates to the second coming of Jesus. We want you to listen because them not take it light. These people, we there so not go on this and not go on that. These are things where them plan it.
Journalist Jonathan Larson reports that U.S. troops were being told that the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran was in preparation for Armageddon and also the return of Jesus. Jank, is this comforting information for you?
No, just when you thought the Israeli Zionists were bad enough in starting wars for all the wrong reasons, here comes the Christian Zionists. Joy. Wait till you hear what the commander said about why we're in this war and what to do. Tell us about it, Yes.
All right, so let's give you the high points. This is from Jonathan Larson's report. He says, a combat unit commander told non-commissioned officers at a briefing Monday that the Iran war is part of God's plan and that President Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth. And that is according to a non-commissioned officer. So we'll talk more about whatever that even means later. But between Saturday and Monday, more than 110 complaints had been logged by the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, or the MRFF, regarding the rhetoric about commanders in every branch of military. The complaints were widespread across more than 40 different units across roughly 30 military installations. And according to one report, the non-commissioned officer wrote to the MRFF that their commander urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan. And he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelation, referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. And it is very understandable that all of this is coming directly from the top, because Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has enshrined evangelical Christianity at the uppermost levels of the U.S. military, airing monthly prayer meetings throughout the Pentagon. Last year, the Pentagon confirmed to Larson that Hegseth attends a weekly White House Bible study, and it's led by a preacher who says that God commands America to support Israel. And these are the people, again, who are running our country and running our military, and these are the things that they believe. So Larson spoke with MRFF president and founder Mikey Weinstein about the report, and this is what Weinstein had to say. He said, these calls have one damn thing in freaking common. Our MRFF clients, service members who seek MRFF aid, report the unrestricted euphoria of their commanders and command chains as to how this new biblically sanctioned war is clearly the undeniable sign of the expeditious approach of the fundamentalist Christian end times as vividly described in the New Testament book of Revelation. Many of their commanders are especially delighted with how graphic this battle will be, zeroing in on how bloody all of this must become in order to fulfill and be in 100% accordance with fundamentalist Christian end of word eschatology, and that is, the end of worldness. That is terrifying that they seem to be giddy about everything that's happening now. It seems as though they're finally able to usher in this end of world, and so they can be raptured and go up to heaven. And of course, all of this violates the Constitution, which they don't seem worried about because the Constitution is very worldly and earthbound. And it also violates the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Weinstein had some choice words for the military members speaking this way to their subordinates, saying that they will be swiftly, aggressively, and visibly prosecuted. However, this is not the first time that talk like this was within our military in some capacity. Weinstein says that this kind of end of the world thinking creeps up any time that Israel comes up. So after October 7th, 2023, Hamas is obviously attacked Israel, for instance, and the MRFF reported a complaint about an Air Force commander who said at a briefing that the war between Israel and Hamas has all been foretold by the book of Revelation in the gospel of Jesus Christ, and no one can do anything about that. Wow. As for what these evangelicals are even talking about, evangelicals are, in many ways kind of like OG Zionists. Many, including many in our government, believe that Israel must exist in order for Jesus to return. However, Pete Hegseth's Bible study leader, preacher Ralph Drollinger, teaches that the reason to support Israel is that God still blesses Israel's allies and curses Israel's enemies, even though Israel killed Jesus. And of course, this is rooted in historic anti-Semitism. So if you needed more proof that our government was being run by evangelical Zionists, I do have a quick clip to show you. This is Republican Representative Tim Burchett.
Okay, so you hear that? They are ushering the coming of Jesus Christ through Donald Trump. They say, and yesterday I got to them hear it when Benjamin Netanyahu say, him now call the name Amalek. I want to know how much people know who Amalek or the Amalekites were. Well, if I want to know read the Bible still, so I'm going to tell you now, because at this it reach, brethren and sisters, at this it reach. The Amaleks, when we remember invoke the name Amalek, you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about a people who was staunch enemy of the Israelites. And God tell them, say, go in and kill the men, the children, the dog, everybody, kill them. As a matter of fact, when you don't kill them, you can take the woman them for yourself. Couple months ago, I mentioned it. Long before them attack us, now, but the name Amalek come up again. Yes, Amelek. That's how spell. We'll never find it. Because I want to Amelek. Amalek. These are a group of people who were supposed to be the enemies of Israel. And now Netanyahu is invoking that name again to say, these are the people who is coming against the children of Israel. And we must get rid of them. Kill every one of them. I tell him attack, I saw him attack. These are some people where control with life, you know. Whether we want to accept it or not, you know. Them control with life. And these are, you have some people in Jamaica, as we said last week. You have some preacher in Jamaica. I preach, said those people in Israel is the children of God, and I want to know if them people, they are the children of God, who we are, or who are we? Who are we? If Jesus going to land in a Jerusalem, what will happen to we, Yaso, and the Chinese, and the Indian, and all these people? Because they say 144,000, you know. The last part of the Bible says 144,000. 12,000 from each tribe. So how we fit into that? How we fit into that? And now them are bomb left and right and center. And we don't know how far it will go because it look like Russia and China want to get involved. Because them are argue, say the Russians them are help the Iranians them for tell the Iranians them which part the American HQ and them ammunition storage in the other country, Arab country them. And the Arab, them I get nervous too because them country I get bombed by these people what them call Persians. Because them don't like what you call them Arab neither, you know. the Iranian them don't like what you call them. Them are Persians. So when we look at it now, we see so all the oil them will affect all the world. All the world. The man them threaten say any always see a boat that come through that straight there. We have a bomb it. You know what they do? They must set up tornado bomb in the sea. You know, it's like when you have mine, you know, the mine, them setting at the dirt. When you walk, it blow you up. Well, that the man them do in the sea, you know. They must set these mine in the water that when a ship touch it, boom, ship gone. So people afraid now to go through there. That's straight of Omas. I think of Omas them call it. People, it's a different time we are living in Rasta. Different time. All we have to do, just remember who we is. We are African people, we were there before the whole of them. And we were there long after them gone. And some may see it and I don't know about the next man. Black people are there long before any other group or race of people are there. And we were there long after. Long after. So all we have to do is just take care of ourselves and know, say, the man next door is not necessarily your enemy. You have to know that the man next door is not necessarily your enemy. You know, we are our neighbor's neighbor. And all of them must have some friendship and kinship. You know, some people that say, them not keep friend and all them foolishness there. By the way, I should have played that tune there. Man, I say them not keep friend. And now we need it more than ever. All the way need a friend. All of us. And we have to recognize that. Or else, boy, we goose cook. Yeah, man, we goose go cook. I don't know as we are going. I don't know as we are going, but we will take some phone call, as we say. We will take some phone call. Don't know what's happening. We're going to play. No, I am getting confused now. I sorry, I tell you. Okay. We'll talk about how the African them a wake up to the reality that them now go keep allowing white people to come in Africa, come take out their mineral resources and carry it go back to Europe. Or take it out and give them penny when them gone back, them go sell it for $1, $2, $10. And then the African them get on go penny out of it. Them wake up. So we talk about Malawi and Zimbabwe. Malawi and Zimbabwe is the next two countries them like Mali and Burkina Faso who decide say, yeah, we have control our own minerals. Hundreds of years now, white people are come, they come take out the mineral them. And then we left with chips, you know, like when you chip up wood. Yeah, them give it left for the chips. So we see the African them wake up and we feel good for that. We feel very good for that. Because may I tell you, it is necessary and important in this time, especially like how we see white people are go on like they want to colonize the whole world. Yes, America look like they want to colonize everywhere. Because you know, say, in my head for Cuba next. Yeah, him say my head for Cuba next. After them wrap up, if them ever wrap up with the Iranian them. And you know, say Cuba just over there, so you know, them drop a bomb in Cuba, we can't see over here, so I smell it. What a judgment. The man say I come to Cuba. Cuba, they say the government bend. Our government bend, you know, because the man say the Cuban government, the Cuban doctor have to left. And him cite something where I don't know where them have to do with it, you know. When the doctor them come, them take with them passport and keep it. I think one of the reasons for that is that them don't abscond and end up in another country illegally. And them not been about a runway. Just like our whole heap of Cuban, did a run left Cuba and them will end up at Florida. Whole heap of Cuban end up at Florida. Now, them come at Jamaica, Rubio, come at Jamaica and decide, say, them have done this at years it a go on, you know, years. I tell you, I must about 50 odd years, the Cuban, they are help Jamaican, especially with them eye. You know how much people eye get better because of the Cuban doctor them. And now, the guy just come here and just, he never come here, one of them man from America, him just hint at it, you know. And my boy just bow. The Prime Minister just bow to that and say, boy, all right, sir, and you are the boss. You have to make them go. And now something that was major and important to the Jamaican people for 50 years that done now. And that's right there. It done. And it's other things them used to help with. Remember say them give the school out of Spanish Town. Ose Mate school. And them give it. Yes. Good friends. You know, so the Cuban them did left Cuba and go to Mozambique and go to South Africa, go fight for end apartheid. Yes, them soldiers them go fight for end apartheid. Them a ramp. But from this, when Manley did about, and Manley start to friendly with Castro, them say, no, them can't afford to make another country in the Caribbean go the way of Cuba. So they bring some all sort of judgment. As a matter of fact, I go and play something here. I go and play something, you know, now that I talk about this thing here, where them try to First of all, them try to assassinate Michael Manley from them days there. And not only assassinate, but them start to infiltrate the country and make certain things look different from where it's supposed to be. I'm going to find it, you know. I'm going to find it. See it here? I'm going to find it. I'm going to play this. After the break, I'm going to play it. Break time. Here we go. I could say find this. All right. I could say. I look it. All right, right. Okay, here we go.
The flour had been milled in Western Europe from European wheat. Curiously, 3 of the bags in the lot had slash marks. Are they at that table? Investigation, reduce spending. We don't really have a problem with it. Was the CIA responsible for the poisoning deaths of 17 Jamaicans in 1976? Then Prime Minister Michael Manley certainly thought so, and he was not alone. According to a New York Times report, at least 17 Jamaicans died after consuming contaminated flour traced to a shipment of the Lionhead brand that arrived in the country from West Germany. A child and an adult were the first to die in one of the worst cases of food poisoning in Jamaica's history. About 78 others became ill after consuming the imported flour that was later found to have been contaminated by the insecticide Parathion. Now, what was curious about that case is that Parathion had been banned in Jamaica for about 5 years at that time. And there had also been a previous case of flour poisoning by Parathion in 1968, when 5 people died and about 50 became ill. Investigations later found that all the patients had consumed wheat flour from a single lot consisting of 5,264 cotton bags. The flour had been milled in Western Europe from European wheat and carried in trucks to a dockside warehouse where it was loaded aboard the ship after 2 to 5 days of storage. When the flour made its way to Jamaica, it had moved from the quayside to the outbreak locations along separate routes through 2 import houses. Site inspections and review of shipping records suggest that the likely point of contamination was the European port where foodstuffs and insecticides were stored in the same warehouse. Curiously, 3 of the bags in the lot had slash marks. Now, the timing of this incident couldn't be more suspect because it was only a few weeks earlier that U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger had visited Jamaica and asked then Prime Minister Michael Manley to abandon his nationalistic agenda. He wanted to buy out 51% of the foreign bauxite mining operations and planned, along with Mexico and Venezuela, to build an international aluminum processing complex outside the multinational system. But Manley's nationalism plan, which included increasing access to healthcare, education, and, very importantly, land reform, did not sit well with the United States. Manley was threatened to either abandon his agenda or risk the removal of the $100 million line of credit promised by the U.S. The poisoning was one of many incidents that had Michael Manley convinced that the U.S. government was out to get him. In 1977, the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica sent a telegram to the Department of State in which they said, Prime Minister still believes some CIA people were trying to destabilize his government and perhaps even assassinate him last year. With respect to the Duncan poisoning, he said he's satisfied that the CIA had nothing to do with it, but he is convinced that some of the same elements that were involved in the destabilization effort last year were also involved in the poisoning. Michael Manley would later say, looking back at the events of 1976, I have no doubt that the CIA was active in Jamaica that year and was working through its own agents to destabilize us. As history would have it, Michael Manley was right to be suspicious. The U.S. Office of Historian has a document that's listed under its foreign relations title, 1977 to 1980, Mexico, Cuba, and the Caribbean. Memo 197 for members of the Special Coordination Committee. Subject, covert action options for Jamaica. This paper proposes a covert action program in Jamaica. It has been prepared by CIA as a means of countering Soviet and Cuban moves to gain control over Jamaican policies and to expand their influence in the Caribbean. Our ultimate aim is either the political defeat of Manley and the replacement of his government with one more friendly to the U.S. and appreciative of U.S. interests, or at a minimum, the application of enough pressure on Manley and his People's National Party to force moderation of their foreign policy, particularly a reversal of the trend towards closer ties with Cuba and the Soviet Union. And the memo proposes several actions that they may take. Option number 1, unilateral. Establish direct confidential contact with Edward Seaga, the leader of the main opposition party, the Jamaica Labour Party, and also provide guidance, assistance, and funds to the JLP in the upcoming national election campaign. Option number 2, through the international network of covert action assets, call for retention of democratic institutes in Jamaica, condemn Manley's close ties with the Cubans and Soviets, and expose Manley's efforts to suppress political freedom and prevent free elections. And there are other historical documents which shows that the Gleaner Company newspaper and several local religious and community organizations were utilized in this option too. These are documented facts. Now, despite the existence of this memorandum and several declassified CIA documents, the agency continues to insist that it was not involved in any destabilization efforts in Jamaica. And there has been no distinct evidence that has tied the agency to the flour poisoning incident in 1976. But all these coincidences have led many historians to believe not only in CIA involvement, but that high-level U.S. government officials had signed off on the destabilization effort that led to the massive defeat of Michael Manley in 1980 and the propelling of Edward Seaga into government.
Yes, them there are some real thing. I know say that happened before a whole heap of ones who are listening me born in the 70s. Yeah, when we hear about it, that time I live a bush. When we hear about it, man, it was something else. Flower pies in Jamaica, and it also reached a stage to where them did I say the coconut tree them did get a lick too. Yeah. Coconut tree them did get a lick, but it's a history. It's a history for no too. We're gonna play this.
Even down in Jamaica, I'm skipping, they tried in 1976 to organize a military coup to overthrow Michael Manley. In 1976, they supported attempts to assassinate Michael Manley on 3 different occasions. The little man who led Jamaica, who spoke at Savior's Day, was such a threat to our government that they attempted 3 times to assassinate the man in 1976. So later, they found a way to get rid of him through riots in the street over food when they cut off assistance to Jamaica. This is America.
Hey, oh, we're gonna play it again.
Even down in Jamaica, I'm skipping, they tried in 1976 to organize a military coup to overthrow Michael Manley. In 1976, they supported attempts to assassinate Michael Manley on 3 different occasions. The little man who led Jamaica, who spoke at Savior's Day, was such a threat to our government that they attempted 3 times to assassinate the man in 1976. So later, they found a way to get rid of him through riots in the street over food when they cut off assistance to Jamaica.
Listen well. This story has to be told. Iran, they point them finger to Jamaica, sorry, to Cuba. Yes. And you know, Cuba, they're near to Jamaica. So I don't know how effective it will be or what will happen relating to Jamaica. So I know so them Cuban there, them little about them Talawa. Yeah, them little about them Talawa. We don't know what going to happen. Don't know what going to happen.
We are in the name of the King Emperor, the Selassie the First, you don't know, Rastafari, run the thing.
Yeah, man.
Muta, remember that word, yeah. Agatsune, Agathosune, Rastafari, that.
What mean?
No.
What the word I mean?
No. If I ever tell you now, you're not going to look it up, yeah, Rasta.
No, they don't just tell you like where they're on the radio, man. You make it sound so mysterious.
Hmm?
You make it sound mysterious.
Yes,
You just tell me like where they're on the radio. That's
It
why others
means
can't hear too.
benevolence in the greatest heights of diligence and righteousness. See?
Yeah.
That it means. That's a Rastafari. No. I have said to the eye, say, speech with the eye give earlier about the Zimbabwe and Zambia actually with
Malawi.
the mineral thing.
Malawi.
Yeah. Michael Manley originally that. See him? Nationalized the mineral them. It was film planned that. The assassination attempt was conducted by the station chief within the Caribbean at the time, which was Edward Siaga. He was the head of the CIA operations in the Caribbean at them time. See, time come to Jamaica in 1955 as a young recruit agent under the CIA order. Now, when Michael Manley started the nationalization after him winning in 1972, the concept in Jamaica was not for that. Now, I did talk one time, previous program, about 4 stumbling blocks in Jamaica. The private sector of Jamaica, the politicians, the police, and the priests. Now, the private sector of Jamaica, even though them are going like them is with us, them is not with us, because they fight against Michael Manley. And them force the restriction and the austerity program and Michael Manley that for draft, because them take the whole of the money and run with all the foreign exchange. And the same China people, them we are going like we and them are friends out of the country, doing them call it the flight, money flight. Some of them have where them the use fee. But them take all of the money, so there was no money for really operate the country. So them did a run underneath strict austerity measures just to maintain the country. See? Now, we go through that period there and we see for ourselves. The thing we are talking about with the coconut tree, them, it was a disease that them spread with the spraying, where them that spray the marijuana plant them in them time there, called lethal yellowing. All of the coconut tree them turn yellow. Remember them thing there, you know? Muta, like yesterday, you know?
Yeah, but remember them last time I mentioned it.
You know the thing. See what I say?
Yeah.
So, I know say them thing that go on. Now, me can tell you from my direct connection with Miracle, like me tell you all the while, Nixon was my first commander-in-chief. So from them time, them in the runnings, me know what go on both internationally and locally, military, covert, overt, you name it. We done in it, so we didn't know what the thing about. And when we look on it from them time till now, we see which part, not really change. Because the Cuban thing we see go on, it's not so much that Cuba do nothing wrong, you know. It's just a force of power. The new commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, are flexing muscles for sure. Basically, the Chinese, this is not about the Caribbean, it's about the Chinese. Show the Chinese government say, him have power, him can move and do things where he want to do. As them call it, hegemony in the Caribbean. And my area, my base, this, so me will control it and run it the way me want to run it. And anybody interfere then is war. So that now will change. Now, the Jamaica government find themselves in a quandary. We have a bridge in where me and him are come with in our arms. In farmer organization, well, I didn't really set it up. And I'm going to give him last name, but I'm going to give him first name. Was a general. First name is Raymond. See? Call it DIA. See me I say? The Defense Intelligence Agency. Now, a man did say one time, say, I a CIA. And I tell a man, say, yeah, see, I a Rasta. That I terminology to CIA. See, I a Rasta. So a Rastafari I come and deal it on the level. Now, in that agency, them study all of the Caribbean, whole world still, the wrongdoings of all of the governmental order. In Jamaica now, them have some legitimate things that go on with the government, minister them. We call them things the file or dossiers. So with dossiers, depend them, at least about 17 million members in a dossier right now, we can say, we know of, where them portfolio suspect, see it, and them gonna get caught up in the mix, even though you see them a cooperate, because them don't know them dirty. And when the government say, hey, if them go like them want to resist, them may find themselves up in the custody like how them did in Noriega. So man no want that. So them go acquiesce and deal with the matter.
All right, hold the vibes.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break and come forward.
The way the thing set up, is that them know what go on and them know it ever turn out. Now, Cuba has been there for us through the years. You can remember when Fidel Castro sent the man them on Mozambique, nearly almost 30,000 troops Cuba did have.
I mentioned it a while ago. I mentioned it.
Yeah. See me I say, a fight. And in the only Western Hemisphere country, we do that for the freedom of black people. So, I have to stay with them regardless of how the big powers may feel. Because you know, it's not say you go fly up in the face of the mighty man, as the book say, But you have to go negotiate. That is what diplomacy is all about. What the government should have to do is organize themselves for the rest of the Caribbean and send a delegation to Washington. Forget about the little brother where they are Florida. Because I'm not nobody. And Rubio a second in the thing. Send a delegation as a head of state to the head of state in America with himself. Go there, go meet with the person in person, which is Donald and Prime Minister of Jamaica. I want to meet with him. I come with delegation of head of state from the rest of the nation. Show the significance of the principle of what we are dealing and why we think that is incorrect. That we have a quorum, we have a definite people where we are defining a situation. Because let me tell you something in muta. I don't know if most people are Jamaican know this. Enough Jamaican, West Indian, pan a whole, in the military in America, in a vital position, Even right now, down at the Middle East where the war are going, Enough man down there right now, a deal with certain thing where without them it couldn't function. I tell you that from my basic knowledge of the thing over the years. You see me I say? So with a life, you see, them stand up firm within the context of defending the people, because the people of Cuba we are defending.
Yeah, but it don't gone already. Hold on there. It don't gone already,
What that?
The document's eye on it up there.
Yeah, but we now say we can't correct it. We can go with that delegation and put some kind of diplomacy with and negotiation can make things.
Yeah, but Rubio come here and Rubio come here and we go there.
Yeah, but them not talk because them afraid. Them afraid for talk and them afraid to lose them visa and them look out.
So why you feel that? So why you feel them go America go talk to Trump when him done bring him send him man already to go deal with it. Rubio send Rubio to go deal with that,
Yeah, we understand that. But in a diplomacy, is negotiations, and high level talks lead up to higher levels, I saw the thing going, go through channels and stages. You see me I say? So if you put forth a thing, remember, Jamaica can go at the United Nations and make a request, even though they may veto it or whatever, but maybe China back it or whatever. So, you know what I mean? It will show a significance, but show a stand up level then. So, well, we're not really jumping at your face in America, but we want you to see the representative of the matter. Is they have done so much for us, so we'd like to maintain the balance of humanitarian order of things, so the people have not to go through where you want to put them through. You see me I say? Because it's so the freedom coming out South Africa, it's just due to constant pressure from outside forces and opponents and the fight within, make it really reach South Africa. You see me I say? Even Nelson Mandela get free due to that. So we can still use that same principle of negotiation and say, hey, make us sure we can deal it. You know what I mean? Because them say, nothing beats a trial but a failure, So you have to do something to make it look significantly more effective, like we want to work with the program to keep the people within a certain realm. Because humanitarian crisis will come to Cuba, I tell you that. And it will affect Jamaica, regardless of what you say. It will affect the whole Caribbean. I tell you, it will affect the whole Caribbean. And then what it's like a domino effect, like how the man is that talk about with communism if one fall. That's why the whole of it gone Vietnam, to go fight the domino effect, See, and it still fail. So you can see say more time you have to apply a certain amount of pressure within a degree, a level. And make them see, say, look, it now will work out because it will be detrimental to the entire area, to the region, period. So, make a look on it differently. You know what I mean? And like me say, Rastafari lead the way. Because I man go study the word Rasta. And in a Sanskrit, if you go look it up in a Sanskrit, it's a Rastafari in a Hindi, almost in Nepali and Jail. The three different concept over there. It means path or roadway or the basically open-mindedness of righteous living. And that Rasta meaning a film thing, And they might tell me say Sanskrit is a language before Greek and Latin. Ancient language before them there. So when a man say Rasta, that it means to say it is the path, the liberty of life, of consciousness, and that we are dealing with, and that we are defending. To the whole world, I want them to know, say, we is with all of the struggles, all of the people we are fight for recognition of themselves, all of the indigenous people and the people we didn't know about. Rastafari did in at the forefront of the battle for this. Because that's so we get the order from the spirituality. You see me I say, all of the people in Jamaica who want to know, say, listen, the tragedies we are going down there, we grieve it, and we are sympathizing, regardless of what going on, who lose lost a life in a family member. But wake up and focus on the spirituality of life. The youth them to start looking in themselves. Like you say, we need Marcus Garvey teaching in the school them, and we need enlightenment on the subject matter of who we are in health. You see me I say, mindset. They don't know it very muta. Big up IRFM team, everyone, Shane, Dominable One. I play Jackie Me Too. Be mother for me. Anyone of the Macafat album.
Who you played for?
Jackie Me Too. Jackie Me Too mother where they are Florida.
You know her?
No, I don't know her. I know her. You don't see it. Because we have bridge all over the place, and thing, So, yeah, I say, we know, say, I one of the greatest that come out of Jamaica. See me, I say. So, recognize it,
All right, Virgin, give thanks.
So I just get them out, much life and more strength. Continue the journey.
Carry the music to you. Okay, so, we're going to play this.
Some African history facts sound so unbelievable that people think they are lies. But every single one of these is documented history. Africa's past has been hidden, minimized, or ignored for centuries. Today, we are breaking that silence with real historical facts that sound fake but are completely true. Fact 1. Africa had universities before Europe. The University of Sankore in Timbuktu was active by the 12th century. Historians estimate over 25,000 students studied law, medicine, astronomy, and mathematics there centuries before Oxford became prominent. Fact 2. Africans performed successful surgery before modern hospitals. In the 19th century, the Banyoro people of Uganda carried out cesarean sections using antiseptics and anesthesia. This was documented in 1879 by British surgeon Robert Felkin. Fact 3. Africa has more pyramids than Egypt alone. Sudan has over 220 pyramids built by the Kingdom of Kush compared to Egypt's estimated 138. Most people never learn this. Fact 4. One African king was so rich he crashed an economy. In 1324, Mansa Musa of Mali gave away so much gold during his pilgrimage to Mecca that gold prices in Cairo dropped for over 10 years, according to Arab historian Al-Umari. Fact 5. Drums were banned during slavery. Colonial laws in Jamaica and the American South outlawed African drums because they were used to send coded messages and organize rebellions, including the Stono Rebellion of 1739. These facts sound fake because African history was erased on purpose. If this surprised you,
so, you know, I want to hear him say, well, I agree with you, I say, Africa have more pyramids than Egypt. Like you must separate Egypt from Africa. When we know, say, Africa in Egypt, we take the break. Egypt in Africa, we take the break.
Where the white Jesus must pack his bags and go back home where he came from. Time for Muhammad and Islam to pack their bags and go back to Saudi Arabia. Time for the African to start asking those uncomfortable questions, which you are asking me from a religious faith. Where were you? Who are you? Where? No, you're not asking me who I was and who I am. Ask me, what were you colonized to be? Because had the Chinese people colonized us, all of us here would have been Buddhists. Had Muslims colonized us, all of us here would have been Muslims. But because the British colonized us, then you say you're a Christian. The day you bring to me a recipe of how to change a goat to make it a sheep, I'll tell you how an African can become a Christian. My calling is that of identity. The fact that you can have 1,000 people who are in agreement to a wrong thing does not make it right. So right is right, even when no one does it. Wrong is wrong, even when everybody does it. And I think I'd given you a pretext to your question when I said it's a colonial tool that Africa finds itself in the Christian space. If you go to Libya, you get to Somalia, you get to Egypt, you get to Algeria, you find because of the Arab influence, those countries are Muslim. But after you say they are Muslim, are they Muslim first before they are Africans? Or they are Africans first before they become Muslim? The question is, who are they? Self-determination, sovereignty of nations has to do with every race on the face of the world being allowed to be who they are and deal with the influences of colonization. Right now we're in the space where we are decolonizing. Decolonizing simply means we are resetting Africa to factory settings. We are removing all the unnecessary acts which are almost swore at you, which are filled up in our minds toward identity, and say, but who are you? So my interest is not, I'm not even worried. Even if you told me that 99% of Africa is Christian, I'll still be asking the question, but who are they? After you have made them Christian, but who are they? And while on the same statistics, do further research, and you find that 30 to 40% of all the churches in Europe right now are up for sale. They are being converted into museums, into pubs, into recreational centers. It's there. So the question is, what is it that the European has now discovered about this Jesus infatuation, which the African is still excited about? But because Africans lost their identity and allowed other people to define them, we will be 50 years from now where Europe is right now. These same white people have abandoned this thing. Why? Because it's founded on a false doctrine of the whitening of God. False doctrine of the whitening of Jesus. False doctrine. I hope you will tolerate me. Cultic behavior of drinking human blood, eating human flesh, in the transubstantiation of the Lord's Supper. Africans are constantly being brainwashed to think that it's okay to drink the blood of Jesus and eat his flesh. And you call this religion? No, don't shake your head. This is the crux. You call this religion? Half of you here, if not 90% of you, are Christians. But when the white man tells you to do it like this, you don't question. When an African comes and asks you the question, do you know what you're doing? What is this all about? No, he's a pagan. Maponga is an atheist. He's a satanist. I'm simply asking the question. Are you saying your salvation is based on human consumption and drinking blood? Where do you find those cults if that not in witchcraft? And here we are, proudly saying, I'm Christian. I'm a Christian. What are you? And they ask me, are you still a Christian? And so I said, ask me the right question. Are you still brainwashed? That's the right question. I'm a bridge builder. You have the gospel in the Bible with the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. 4 disciples that write the same story, but each one of them in their own perspective. So I did Greek, I did Hebrew. I could take you on that route. Kata, Markon, Kata, Lukon, Kata, Matthew, Kata, Ioanno. Meaning the gospel according to Matthew, according to Luke, according to John, according to Mark. Simply meaning I had an encounter with Yahweh, Yeshua, Jesus. This is the way I am interpreting my experience. In the 21st century, if I should come up with a title of a book entitled The Gospel According to Maponga J, who sits in front of you today, I am simply saying, as I see it, as I understand it, as I have experienced it, and I am a circumcised theologian. If God gave the Israelites Jerusalem, a land belonging to the Palestinians, the Philistines, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Jebusites, what is the same God giving the African? And if this God has a problem with Africans, then he never created them. Because you cannot have such a race of people simply built to become slaves of another generation and another nation. I don't like that God. And I've asked the question, and no one has come up to answer it. The question is the God of the Bible the creator of the universe? Because if he is the creator of the universe, we need to ask the same God the question, so what is your agenda with Africans? We understand the white involvement, their domination and their colonization and their whatever. I'm not interested in Indians and Asians, etc. I am a Pan-Africanist. I want to ask the same God, where is our land? Where is our identity? And if your God cannot accept me as an African, dress up like a white man so that God can accept you. Then you look at this God and say, hold on a minute. If you have a problem with the African and his identity, question, then who created this one that you have a problem with? Because it looks like you only favor this one. Oh, if a man claps one cheek, give him the other cheek. Oh, that's good for white people, yeah? What if a black man should clap a white man? Should the white man also give him the other cheek? How come the gospel only works with why and how and justifies why an African must be colonized and abused by the white man? But the same gospel will not tolerate if a black man becomes the master, becomes the Lord, and implement the same law. If slaves must be obedient to their masters, it's beautiful when a white man is the master. What if we turn the verses around and say, what if the black man is the master? What must we do with these people that raped our mothers, stole our land, killed our kings? What does that God say? And if that God cannot address African problems, then that God never created the African. So my gospel has to do fundamentally with respect of every culture and clan in their own spaces, and not use religion as a foreplay of colonialism and managing the African anger towards issues that must be resolved, whether they be legislative issues, academic issues, and etc. Here we are struggling with democracy. Democracy simply meaning the white man can continue to abuse you. It's only that you have the right to vote, but still don't have the right to land and function. But they are free in their countries to do what they want. You are not free, and we call that political freedom. Political freedom without economic power is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. The gospel according to Maponga J is an Afrocentric gospel that deals with African identity.
Still I take your phone call. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Moot.
Yeah.
Respect, man. We just a call to hear you up and ask you all the farming.
Well, I don't like that now, you know.
Well, I'm there, I try to think about what me I do it on a fruit, you know.
Where you afraid for?
Post there, man.
Post?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm afraid of them, you know. It's just that before me used to plant it so far from my yard that when I'm ready to go pick my things, the pussy them come pick it for me.
Well, I mean, when you get it from the animal, you know, get it from the pussy, you know.
One of them pick my gross Michelle banana and I try to sell my wife it.
A joke you make, man.
We don't that you say.
No, sir.
You don't give me a laugh. Eh?
It's a cocaine then.
You don't hear me a laugh. You don't give me a laugh.
Yeah, man.
They don't joke. God. Look, I don't want to tell you, though. I don't even know if to say it, you know. I don't even know how to say it, but I look at the gross Michelle banana, you know, big bunch of gross Michelle banana. And the man pick it and I come tell me why I say, Mommy, you want a bunch of gross Michelle to buy? Yeah,
you know, so you're not calling the police or nothing, man. That's why I'm do that.
No, you know, I true me never see him call police. I true me never see him. You think if me see him, I will call police? I call the police if me see him, man.
Right, yeah. I mean, the sound are weird. Enough listeners are here, this and I laugh, brother. God, the sound are weird. Man, take the things and sell them back.
Yeah, man. That's how bright them is. 200 of pineapple, I'm going to get too tight. You know, so I kind of ease up still. I have to wait till me there in a secure place, you know.
I mean, I try things. I'm
man going right. If me and a man can go in, I'm going into that somebody, but them have to make sure say and them I would take care of security. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I know so it go now, me just go and
Just go and catch, you know?
Go and market, yeah.
Why rough? What me say me I go try still. No, me I go
Where you plan?
You know, say for any time with this stepping rate, I think we have to plant up some banana plant. From this, you know, but I just start me mash me up. I'm say more plant some vegetable too, as I say. Plant up
and the
some
root them there still, man. The plant root them still there.
Yeah, man, indeed. So I suck them out now. Yeah, man.
Which part you there? Which part you there? Which part you there?
So that's a Fenton with the door up, in the hills the door up, now Buka.
Oh, Buka.
Going Kia Valley side, you know?
Yeah. Well, I hope I can see you.
So I go try something.
Of course, try it.
But, you know,
yeah.
Yeah, the man, them, well, I don't know, like them sit down and I'll cut it tomorrow and them cut it today.
Yeah, man, that's what them say, man.
Yeah, sometimes the animal in your fight still, but, you know.
I don't know why I can't see them. That's the problem, you know. I don't know how the hell I can't see them.
And they study you.
Yeah, them know when they come there. Like I'll know, them would all go there, you know, them would all go there and move over the things them.
When they go there in a night, they mash up the young things that we have to do. They mash them up.
Them no business with that. They might go after the one and they will have a child a while.
A true still.
200 pine and a 2 me get out of it.
Wow. So you're lucky you get them 2 there.
Oh, if me lucky, if me lucky. 2 pine.
Yeah. Can't remember any time when you argue a pine soccer too.
Yeah, man, them like you all okko. So, hey, watch out, man, no thing me give you, know. Me give you pine soccer, me give you this a soccer, that a soccer, plant soccer. Come and give me them, you know. Me remember a man take 2 crocus bag a plant soccer from clear over Manig, bring come give me, you know, and a man up so. Cane like wow, cane soccer, them chop and pine soccer, bring come show down at my gate. And tell me, say, me left it there. I'm have to go home quick or dry it in the yard because I never put it over the gate. And go plant it. And that, may I tell you, anyway, I'm not give over it, you know. I'm still there, you know.
Yeah, but if you go still, you know, when you play a song for me, you play Jackie Me Too already, you know, you play Rihanna, so you want you play for me, you know. The song they done by the great Mutabaruka. Move your foot when put from your foot.
Move your foot, make a put from your foot.
Lord, what is?
Oh, it's like a Ravi.
Yes, man.
Yeah, it's like a Ravi business. I was there, I can't find it. It's weird that when a man asks me to play my song, it's harder to find.
I'm going to tell you about, you know, because I'm in Japan, P-side, what they are, you know.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, man, I'm working at the morning and in Japan, little P-side, you know.
Well,
I want to lift the high spirit with that song there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like a Ravi. One cut at the studio.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so I'll try to find it before the night, though.
You play Jackie Me Too already, so you have to play that one now. You play Rihanna already, too.
No, I know I play already, but I have to go find it.
So, that little shooting, I say, I go on, she never get no injury, though.
Which shooting?
Rihanna, you know, see them shoot up her house.
No, yeah, no, she never get no.
You give thanks to that.
She have a problem. She look like she have a problem, though, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, directly have a problem.
I'm really sorry to hear that still.
Yeah. I swear to God, Virgin, trust me.
I wrong.
Things get away, you know.
Yeah, Anja Williams, how World War gone.
Yeah, man, things get away, man. You have to just
everywhere.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to figure it out. By you get caught up in it. You know, man, get caught up in it. Anyway, before the night done, me try to find it, yeah?
Well, if you can't find it, you can play on the next track me too, you know.
No, me never say me can't find it. Me say, me like do something before you ask me, and now that you talk to me, you understand?
Oh.
Me will try to find it before the night done.
Alright, so give thanks.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man, give thanks.
Yeah, so
I must still go and play
so.
the Rihanna because you cut the Rihanna. You cut
No,
the
no,
Rihanna.
no, you can't play it.
Yeah. Alright, sir, bless you.
You love Shane, you know, you love Shane, you know.
Alright, of course.
Yeah, man, because
Alright.
you don't know. Yeah, man.
Me I tell you. Fun tune, you know the way they fun tune.
Do you not believe that life is God-given?
There is no God.
What do all the people in the world believe in then?
Their beliefs are blind. The very word belief means blind. If you know, you know. You do not believe. You don't believe in the sun, in the moon. You don't believe in the roses, in the trees. You believe in God. You believe in heaven. You believe in hell. Those are all fictions.
Are you God or
No.
man? You are a man?
I'm just an ordinary man.
But you are enlightened.
That's not much of a difference. It is just the difference between closed eyes and open eyes.
Yes, I tell you, Satguru. For those of you who don't know him, so Satguru. Here we go.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Ancient Architects. Please subscribe now to get the latest ancient history news and independent research from around the world. Today is Easter Sunday, and whilst the Christians of the world are celebrating the resurrection...
Today is not Easter Sunday, but it's not dealing with Easter Sunday in the Easter time.
Chocolate eggs. The rebirth of Jesus and the consumption of chocolate eggs are certainly not linked with regards to their origins, and historians and biblical scholars alike will universally admit that before ever coming a Christian holiday, Easter is undoubtedly a pagan festival. This can be seen by the fact that the date of the Easter weekend changes every year, and it is due to Easter always being the first Sunday following the full moon after the spring equinox. Unlike the word Christmas, the word Easter also has pagan roots, and history books can trace it back to the Saxons, where Eostre was the spring goddess. It wasn't until the 8th century when the Anglo-Saxons took the name from the goddess and married her up with the resurrection of Jesus to give a new name to a Christian holiday. But of course, Easter as a celebration goes back much further than the Saxons, and some say it even goes as far back as the Sumerians, and the legend of Dumuzi or Tammuz to the Babylonians, and Ishtar or Inanna. The legend known as the Descent of Inanna was found inscribed on a 4,100-year-old clay tablet. As Tammuz dies, Ishtar follows him into the underworld, where she gets judged, killed, and is hung on display. Meanwhile, the earth goes into decline, with crops failing and animals stop reproducing. After being missing for 3 days, the god Enki sends 2 creatures into the underworld, carrying the plant and water of life, and the 2 gods are resurrected. They return to Earth as the light of the sun for 6 months, and 6 months later, they go back into the underworld again and stay for a further 6 months. Hence, we see the cycle of death in the autumn and life in spring, all of which, of course, are connected to sun worship. As you can see, like the story of Noah's flood, the Christian story of Jesus has borrowed a lot from the Sumerian legends. Whether Jesus was a real person or not is open to debate and is not for this video, but there is no doubt that the story of Jesus was embellished with far more ancient mythology to keep the ancient knowledge alive and to encode the wisdom into the New Testament for future generations. The Bible is certainly a carefully crafted work of art. As AncientOrigins.net reports, in their great new article on Easter, linked below in the description, in the 4th century when Christians identified the exact location of the empty tomb of Jesus in Jerusalem, they selected a spot where a temple of Aphrodite, another god based on Ishtar or Inanna, once stood. Like with most churches and cathedrals around the world, the former pagan temple was torn down, and in this case the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was built in its place. But of course, as many of you know, there are many more stories of death and resurrection in the ancient world, such as the story of Horus in ancient Egypt, Mithras, Dionysus, etc. All such legends have common elements and are all associated with sun worship, and many were incorporated into the New Testament, which really isn't unsurprising when you look at the formation of the Holy Roman Empire and the adoption of Christianity by the emperor. In ancient times, the Cybele cult flourished on today's Vatican Hill. Cybele's lover, Attis, was born of a virgin, died and was reborn annually. The Spring Festival began as a day of blood on Black Friday, rising to a crescendo after 3 days in rejoice over the resurrection. In the early days of Christianity, there were violent conflicts between this cult and early Christians over whose God was true, when the fact is that both stories are actually the same. In the New Testament, the death and resurrection of Jesus is another symbolic story about the rebirth of the sun, and surely wasn't a literal event. But not all historians agree that Ishtar is the origins of Easter, because there is another spring goddess known by the names of Oster, Ostara, Austra, and Istra. This goddess was celebrated on the spring equinox of March 21st as the bringer of light after winter. But in actual fact, it is very likely that all of these gods originate from Ishtar. The goddess was often depicted as a hare, and therefore the modern-day Easter bunny was symbolic for the arrival of spring, as well as the fertility of the season. As well as being a goddess, Ostra is apparently an ancient word that means spring, and has been adopted and adapted by many European languages, and used ever since. Therefore, what this shows is that the true origins of Easter include a number of different customs and traditions from a number of different civilizations from different periods of time. It is a composite and truly pagan festival centered on the rebirth of the sun after the cold winter has passed. This is a timeless festival and has always been of high importance to most civilizations because it means that humans can once again cultivate crops as the earth warms up. So, why are we all eating chocolate eggs this weekend and feeling sick and falling asleep on the sofa in front of an old James Bond movie? Okay, that was my own Easter tradition growing up, but as you may have guessed, in ancient spring worship customs, the egg was associated with rebirth, renewal and fertility. But why does a hare or Easter bunny give out eggs? Well, in Germanic mythology, the goddess Ostara healed a wounded bird before turning it into a hare. The hare, still partially a bird, showed its gratitude by laying eggs as gifts. But even this Germanic pagan tradition goes back much further into antiquity, as even in ancient Egypt, the egg was found to symbolize the sun. Going back to the Babylonian Ishtar, the goddess who is one and the same as the Sumerian goddess Inanna, and who all later spring goddesses were likely modelled on, she was the goddess of fertility, and her symbols were the rabbit or hare, and also the egg. So, when you're eating your Easter eggs this weekend, remember that the origins of this tradition go back many thousands of years. Maybe not chocolate eggs, but eggs nonetheless. As stated in AncientOrigin.net's fantastic article, the first reference of the Easter Bunny comes from a German text from 1572, which says, "Do not worry if the Easter Bunny escapes you. Should we miss his eggs, we will cook the nest."
Okay. So that is really a little history of Easter and how it originates. But I will if I want never know that. Yeah, never know it. So much things to celebrate, I don't know why we are celebrate. We just grow up and just follow the thing. I don't know if we have follow it down a pit, tile it. Yes. We take a breath.
Muta.
Blessed.
Son, what's time? I have something I want to read today about your stock.
Then your time
I can get some information from you.
Read, man.
Huh?
So what you say?
You know, say I need an accident from 2019. And go to and the policeman when you want to see you doing the accident up.
So what you say?
He bring me go up. Turn on that there. Fire.
I hear you.
The policeman driving and care. Driving and care about a Winchester or a Archie. And I get me to a lawyer, man. And then about 2 weeks after that again, I go pop in and stop at the van house. And a man come lift me with him van. when I tell the lady say, me not like stop and say, you know, cause me stop and say, you know, man, something happening, you know. And by me say that, me look up now the mirror, me see a black van come, lick up on the back of the car. And the man come out and so, and I want ambulance. And I say, the lady I say, good. So the man I say, them things I do happen, you know. That's why we have insurance. And you know, so the man, you know, lawyer, you go back to the same lawyer and you give 540,000, see? 20, I think at 22 or 23, you give 540,000 from 2019. Alright, so the accident happened before that.
The first one?
Yeah. Yes, if I will call the lady after me say, she'll call me back and then now call me. And then I say insurance now. Now I say nothing to them, now I accept nothing from
them. So you have our number, phone number, name and everything?
Yes, man.
So you'll get a lawyer for that, deal with it?
Yeah, the lawyer, when I call him, like she's not interested to deal with me. When just come to the office, I see she's strange. And she keep telling me, say, when I tell her she has to say, I want to go to court. And I say, oh, me to go to court, and I don't have the case, and I don't know the thing. Again,
no, when she say if you want to go to court, means say, if she must carry go to court.
But it's supposed to be in the court already. Because the policeman blew me to them, you know. The policeman blew me to the lawyer office, and then sign anything and send me to a doctor and do them to do them something. And then, and the policeman like him in the police again.
Him in the police again?
No look so. So, you want to get long I try to call it to put up energy at you. But
so, how long ago this happened now? How long ago?
From 2019.
19?
2019. It was in a 7 year now.
That is. I don't know what to say, I know. You'll have to get an ex-lawyer.
So, me go and call tomorrow.
But it's a long time at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. A long time, that man.
And you see the second accident, them give it 3 hours in a car and then give 380,000.
Yeah.
But the first accident I was Zuki truck, you know. Leak motor I stopped like now, I break a woman I run class, he was not like she want to beat the light, you know. I'm going to break, I said, Jesus, and I said, God no, I said, when the man leak his car and the man car could have killed the woman, no man. And then man said, I go for my car paper, and I'm go for the paper, and man drive him truck and gone.
So you never get nothing from him?
So when me go report at the station, the policeman said, I go for my boss, and when I go for my boss and come back, I see it truck man in a place, and the policeman said to him, I let me lock you up, you know. Yeah, lick people, he can run.
You might tell you that, or you might tell the driver that?
I might tell the driver if he chop that.
Yeah.
You get me? Like my intimidate the man and me and then I say, no come out of it, and I tell the lawyer, come here, I can get the money and I intend to give me no brother.
Oh, you know him get money?
Then if from 2019 to...
No, oh, you know him get money?
I just my mind, I feel that's not real.
No, but your mind almost reality. You forget that, but it takes long, you know, but I don't know if try get an ex-lawyer, you know, lawyer.
Fine, you want me to tell you something? If you want to do the first money,
the same lawyer did the second money, I did the first money.
Yeah, this is the second accident, but when I give the money for the second accident, I'm sure to come sign Peter if I want it.
Yeah.
I say, if we don't want it, I'll go back to the court, see?
Yeah.
Alright, we sign Peter and them something as well. And give you a check. Some old man is not in a energy and not to the man, say. Then the 20 grand. Make a move, see? Man lend me 20 grand cash. And I take it and go here. So I reach down the road. The man call me back in my office like me left somewhere and say, how far you reach? And I say, I'm still in the office and I say, come back. And when I go back up at the office, you see where the lady where in secretary at the other front. Same office, the way down in our passage. And I look one way down in our back. And normally when I go in the office, I go talk to the lady at the front. This time now when I go in the office, himself come down in our office, down in the corner there, so. So when I go down now, when I knock the door and himself come in, I'm going. You know them one where they are club gate look like bouncer if you get trouble, them throw you out.
Yeah.
And one of them one the man off down in the office now.
Yeah. So you get nervous.
You the man said to me, say. So you load to the secretary a while ago. Just talk low down and look over there. Because you see, I'm going to turn down the radio a while ago now. I'm barely here. So the man really are playing in my office. And I said, I'm going to talk louder than the radio we are playing. And I said, I got to come back for and the man the bouncer man sit down there. And I said, boss, I got to come back for and say, I want to tell you, if you get to tell them boy this and then believe you. I'm saying,
tell him. Wait, hold on.
Reggae Radio, Irie FM.
Yes, EL?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you have to know.
I tell you, the guy called me back and when we go in the guy office, see?
Yeah, you tell me say go down the passage and yeah.
The guy go say me to talk louder than the radio.
Talk louder than the radio?
Yeah, and the radio barely are playing at the office, see?
Why you must talk louder than the radio?
And the bouncer man look for me like them.
No, why you must talk louder than the radio?
You see, true me that said the lady on the front part, say. Look at Trump change, you know, give people man on rich man, you know, send people a bank and send people up and down. You couldn't just have that in a cash and just not have it.
So, you know, to the man a rich man?
Well, just saying, me I say.
No, but you diss him, you know, it's like, I'm going to take that to this.
Alright, so.
Anyway, go on talk.
And that, me that say. Why don't you couldn't just give a little money in a cash instead of saying up and down and everything. And you're sorry for your life.
How much money? $100,000?
180,000.
And you call that little bit of money?
Alright, watch you now. Yeah. When he lend me 20 grand, I turn me and he call me back.
Yeah.
And he go tell me something for talk lower than the real I've been doing in a weird one and no hurting my plan for hurt, man. I said nobody now go believe me and say it to them.
So you get the money?
Yeah, me get the check.
And you change the check and get the money?
Yeah, me get the check and mail the bridge and change it to me. I get it and put it in my name because I never have no account at Scotia.
Yeah, all right, so what we have to know, so what is the problem? What's the problem?
The accident before that with the truck.
Yeah, and that money that you talk about, where you never get.
Yeah, and them keep on twist me around and spin me around and like, no.
Who are twist around? Who?
The lady was down in because I don't see what that man did, you know. I just a lady where they're going on it. When I open the door, I'm going there.
Is that the office? Office?
Yeah, in secretary. I was a secretary, I see.
Yeah.
And one time she tell me to check her back Thursday and make sure verify and thing. Thursday when I check her back, there's a different lady I see in the place. So I come back Monday, I call her. I listen to them call her, she answer and say she will call me back. She don't call me back. Today I call about 6 or 5 times.
Today? Wait a second, today?
Yeah.
So there's something that happened from like 2019?
No, tell her man. And I told them I call the lady and say, because I called her yesterday and she said she going to call me back. She going to return back the call.
No, but really, from them time until now you call her?
And I go up there.
from 2019 till now?
Yeah, and I go up there and I call.
So why you never get another lawyer? That may ask you to deal with them.
But through the policeman, they don't carry me and carry go up there.
The policeman have to do it like a car.
So I go in the office and I explain the incident to him. And enough when I the admin over an L, you know. With one eye chuck on it, you know, see? And him said to me, sir, you sure, sir? One of them chuck your liquor. And I say, I'm going to ask about 3 times, I'm sure, sir, one of them chuck your liquor, you know, man.
All right, hold on. All right, let me say something to you now. The policeman who carry you go there, the lawyer office.
Yeah.
Is a policeman carry you go there?
Yeah, and I'm care. I'm part man carry you chop mash up that station.
Yeah, and then now you go to the lawyer, and where the lawyer says supposed to get some money from the chop man.
And the case, never the case, because them deal with the case.
Yeah, but you never carry go to court. Them just say I can get some money.
Court them say them go through with it.
Oh, so you never get, them never decide to get no money then, yeah?
No, a court them go through with it, like all them do to the
alright, so them tell you when the court are going to keep?
Nothing, them not telling me, them not give me no feedback on nothing, I just them as them think, I mean, I know nothing about the second.
Oh, the police, I do them, the police own the truck will lick you?
No.
So who own the truck will lick you? Who own the truck will lick you? Who own it?
I'm on your bully for truck on there, man, and I'm going to tell me, say, buy out, you know.
What buy out?
Say that the case of buy out and done with and dash it. Because I'm on your bully for truck and see you, you know.
The man who have the bully for truck, him lick you?
When I'm choking, when I'm driving.
Yeah. When I'm choking, lick you.
Yeah.
And you don't have the number of the truck or nothing?
No, I never have the number of the truck. And man drive the truck, go park the truck and come and station in a different vehicle.
Yeah, that means you don't have no proof of which truck lick you.
Him come admit him lick me out of the place, man, and make statement to the police.
So you will find out who the police is?
Yeah, man, I know his name, man.
Do you know the name of the police? Which station them belong?
You know, so I'm there 3 miles and I move from 3 miles to doing the park.
So you know them they are doing the part then?
I don't think they no more. We are there foreign.
They are foreign? Yeah. Brethren, I don't know, you can't call that dead, you know. I don't know if you can keep going back to tomorrow, yesterday. I
leave them do and call tomorrow to get advice tomorrow. No?
Yeah, but the woman, the chop man gone foreign.
Me and the lady will come with you up on your program tomorrow. The lawyer leave with themselves a call with a problem and make sure you know.
Yeah. Me not say you can't call, but if you say the man who do the problem gone foreign.
The policeman.
The policeman gone